solos. I might mix in some resurgence here. I suppose I should put that on the title, but oh well. I hope you're having a good day, or had a good day, depending on where you're at in the world. It's Monday. I am ready for the weekend already. I was ready for the weekend Sunday night. I didn't catch the All-Star game. I really don't watch sports live. I watch a lot of highlights and stuff, but the scores, like every year, excuse me, every year it's like this astronomical number. I'm just waiting for them to like break 300. I don't think they ever have. I think they got pretty close. Excuse me. I think they got pretty close a couple times, but I mean, I'm thinking that someday they'll add in like a 5-point shot. They'll make a bunch of different little things where you can score like I think the biggest thing they'll probably try is like a 4-point shot, 5-point shots, stuff like that, because of the ability of the current players, like the ability like, to shoot from range, like distance. There as like a test to see if the 4-point shot will work. I think they'll introduce it at the All-Star game, and I think they'll see how people react to it, and like, and whether or not like how well players did to make those shots. I could be wrong. I probably am, but I don't know. To me, that would be like the best time, because it's kind of like, it's silly. It's a little silly. So it's like, in the All-Star game is silly. There's no, the only thing I think it makes a difference is like how much money they donate to charities during that time. Both teams are playing for a charity, I think. But I think like in general, it's just kind of like a time for players to show off, do different stuff. So like what better time than the All-Star break or All-Star game to like test the game like that, the point system out, like, oh, we're going to make a 4-point shot available. Yeah. It's definitely going to be like something where it's going to be like, I don't know if they could do it on the corners, because the arch is already too far out, but again, I could be 100% wrong. Probably am, but oh well. But it's interesting to watch that stuff, like at least the highlights, and see stuff like that. I rarely ever do watch like games all the way through. I did watch a soccer match, the women's U.S. Team versus Japan's team, national team. I mean, so like, my biggest gripe, I have two gripes about soccer. I like soccer. I think it's a fun sport, probably fun to play. But my one gripe is offsides. I understand how you can be offsides in football, American football, like NFL football, but soccer. I was watching the other day, and this girl passed it to one of the American players, passed it to another American players, and she was in front. She received the ball, but there was no defender other than the goalie in front of her, so she was offsides. And I'm like, so you should be like, my thought is, why should you be penalized for catching the defense off guard, like catching them off, like offsides? You know what I mean? Like, or catching them with like out of position, defensive position. Like, you should be rewarded for that. you should be rewarded for playing smarter than the other side. Like that that should incentivize like teams to get back on defense versus like, oh nope, penalty. This person was on defense, so or there wasn't somebody in front of you to for you to be able to receive the ball. I'm like every other sport, like I'm thinking like thinking like football, basketball, at least those two major sports. You're rewarded for catching the defense lacking. I just don't understand that. Like, I'm sure that there's tons of people are like, you know, diehard soccer fans who are going to be upset by that. I, okay, I can't. All right, that's how I feel about it. I just think it's kind of odd. Like, and maybe I just don't understand enough about it to be. But it's at the same time, I'm like, man, that's just so. Like to me, that's dumb. Like, I just feel like you should be rewarded if you catch the defense sleeping. So the other thing that kind of frustrates me, and I had a friend in college that explained this to me. I mean, but I still was like, that's like I just always have had this kind of like grudge against like, not grudge, but like just kind of always felt like it didn't set right with me. Like if like when players fake being hurt, and then the next thing you know they're up running around, they're back to normal, but like before that they're like falling all over the ground, they make these facial expressions of agony. And my friend at the time, he was like, well, it's strategic, and I can understand that. I understand like you might make strategic moves to make it so you get you might get more time. I don't know all the ins and outs, like the strategy behind it, but it made the way he explained it made sense to me. But I always found it like I just don't want to be that player that's like, if I'm hurt, I want to be hurt. Like I don't want to fake an injury. Like to me, that's like it just reminds me of those kids in elementary school that you'd always like that would get like try to get you in trouble because like, but they were like, oh, they would cry or like they would make a big fuss of things, and it's like, you're not really hurt, like you're fine. But they'd always just like try to be like make a big scene, and it's like, and then the next thing you know they're okay, they're back. And I was like, I don't know, maybe I just had a grudge about that, but I don't know. Anyway, but it was a fun match. Like it was exciting to watch the excuse me, the women's spoilers. They won. They beat Japan 1-0. It was nice to learn some stuff. I mean, I didn't really know much about, I mean, other than playing like youth soccer. I didn't, what was this? What would they call it? A cap, I think is what it's called. And I didn't really know what that meant, which was like, it's like the international, like your first time playing on, I think on international play or something like that, I think is what it was. That's pretty interesting. Like you get to see like the different players that like had been there forever, and they're like their first, I think, I'm probably going to butcher her last name, but Megan Rufino, she had been there since like 2006. And it's like, wow. I mean, just to think about like how some playing at such a high level for what, two decades almost, or more, or maybe a little bit under 2 decades, but you're getting pretty close to almost two decades worth of like high level competition. That's pretty amazing. And then they also had like some of the rookie players who are just like, it's like they just graduated high school like a year ago, and it's like they're already playing international. Even some of the women on the on Japan's team are like teenagers, and they're playing internationally, and it's just so amazing to see like people played at such a high level at such a young age too. And I don't know. I thought it was cool. Like I enjoyed the game more than I thought I would. Um, uh, a lot of like even when people miss shots, like that was kind of like it's nerve wracking because you're like, man, I'm rooting for the American team. I don't know, just because whatever. I don't really had no care whether the American team won or lost, but I was just sitting there kind of like rooting for them. But anyway, it's kind of like the chase of getting down the field or the pitch, sorry, um, and getting down and then almost scoring. Like I felt like that sort of exhilaration was kind of made the game exciting. But um, anyway, um, that was kind of about it. The weekend it always goes by too quickly, but it's nice. It's nice to have that time away from work. Uh, but let's see if there's anything else that's popped up. I mean, there's always stuff that's going on. Um, it's kind of like there's a lot of tragic stories. I mean, it's kind of I don't really want to talk about those just because like I don't feel like I always have the right words for things. But it's I for example, like I mean I could like the earthquake, like the earthquake, and the only thing I can say is like if you feel inclined to donate to charities, do so. Um, it looks like Turkey had another small earthquake that's it's just like can't catch a break. Uh, but there's a lot of stuff like some social stuff. I'm like I really don't feel like I'm adequately like equipped to speak on stuff, so I try to avoid talking about those. Um, Not that I don't have opinions, I just don't think it's very like they're really. I wouldn't be able to articulate it well enough to be able to say like meaningfulness or meaningful words towards those issues. Um, yeah. Anyway, um, so I try to stick towards like sports and other stuff, and uh, even those can, but even then that can be like controversial too. So it's like, but I feel it's a little bit easier, like a little more palatable. Sports, even if it's a controversial play or call or whatever, like uh, at the end of the day, like my life goes on. Like it doesn't disrupt the balance of things. Like if like for example, like an earthquake happened in where I lived, it would be pretty devastating. That's different than like oh my favorite football team lost last night, and oh well, like life moves on. But anyway, um, anything else? Oh, looks like Russell Westbrook plans to sign with the LA Clippers. I I had a suspicion that he was going to, just because like I mean I think he's from LA, and I think he played in UCLA anyway, and he spent the last year and a half in with the Lakers, so like he probably already has a house there in LA, like in the area somewhere. So like it would just make sense to like why uproot your entire family to go to like Miami, Chicago. Uh, I forget what other teams he was linked to, but it's just convenience, and he's also played with Paul George before, so like what a great situation to go walk into. You're already familiar with somebody you're playing with. You don't have to move anywhere, um, and you already know like I mean they play both in the same stadium. Um, I know it's like I think it's like crypto.com, but I always think like my first thought is to say Staples Center. So I mean that'd be good. I think good fit for him, and like definitely bolster the Rocket, or not the Rockets, the Clippers. team. I think he'll have a better fit with it with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Um, yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started with some DMZ. Uh, I didn't play. I don't think I played it all this weekend. Just still frustrated with like the AI on this stuff. It seemed to get better. It seemed to got better on like Al Mazrah, but the thing with Al Mazrah is like it's so spacious that you don't run into them. So like you can sustain your play, your life, if you will, longer because there's no one to run into. Like, but Ashika Island, it's like everywhere you turn, it's like there's AI there or a player. Like there was, I was a few days ago, maybe Thursday or Friday of last week. I was in a like kind of a shootout with the AI, and then I was going to run away just to recoup and reload, etc. And then I run straight into a player who I probably wouldn't have shot, or maybe I would have, I don't know. But they're right on top of me, so I was like, okay, great, that's fun. Um, so I don't know. It's kind of frustrating when you're like on top of each other and you can't really like claustrophobic almost. Feels claustrophobic. Um, I know some people recommend smoke grenades, and 100% agree. It's kind of like, but the thing is like one of these, stim or smoke grenades, like are a solo player's best friend. Like as far as this will help you escape, if you're like help you escape at least AI because they shouldn't be able to see you through the smoke. And this should help you at least escape the AI if you're getting shot up. So it's kind of like, I guess depending on the situation you're in, I don't know. It's like, but since you can only take one of them in, I just default to stims just because like if I can get that little boost of health, maybe that helps me get around a corner or in some cover, you know. So lethals, I default towards Simtex. Uh, Thermite is just as good. And you probably know, like if you're going up against like in the shield, like a guy carrying a riot shield, Thermite and Simtex are probably your best friends, just because like they stick to that person and they burn, like this one will burn through them. And Simtex will help, like they have the if it's stuck to their shield, they have nowhere else to go, so it just um, uh, creates kind of a problem for them. Molotovs, I'm just like, I don't really. I think they're okay. It's just like kind of creates like a bit of a burden for you if you're trying to get like if you burn somebody and you're trying to also go that same direction, you're kind of like you have to like accept the fact that you'll get some damage done um, to yourself. Drill charge, I think is like would be okay if you're trying to clear an upstairs. Like if you're a stronghold and there's like you're in the floor below and you know that there's people above you, you might try that. Um, can't go wrong with the classic grenade, but it has its limitations too. Just because like if you throw it and then if it doesn't land where you want it to land, then you're just kind of SOL. Um, I proxy mine. I'm not really. Eh. It's been beneficial at times, but um, yeah, not really my thing. Claymore and C4, they're the same. I don't really. There's been beneficial times like where I've put it in front of a door when the reinforcements were showing up, but other than that, it's like um, I don't know. Never really play with throwing knives because I always feel like I'm gonna miss, and like if you miss, you kind of like you're kind of SOL because like there's no explosive, there's nothing that's gonna damage them if you miss. Like if you throw this past somebody, you might still end up getting like some damage done, but You miss with this, you're missing. There's no like, it's not like it's gonna bounce back and kill somebody. I'll go with Simtex. Munitions box. Unless the mission requires it, I'm just always gonna probably default to munitions box. I'm just gonna keep working on trying to get this TAC V up, leveled up. No rhyme or reason, but don't I have a card? Do I need all 3 of them? Oh well.
Welcome to Al-Mazrah. Exploring, looting, and securing intel will open access to missions and targets. Expect resistance from local forces, and watch for other operators in the AO.
Contract phone here.
Ultra One, we've marked an enemy scout near your attack map. Secure the contents. Ultra One, you're less than 100 meters from the target area. Stay alert.
على الأقل موت وأنا مرتاح.
That was fun. really wish they would like implement like a way to come out with more like a backpack, and like you could store it, like come out of your like as an items to be stored here. You could come out with like if you died. Okay, well I've got 2 more backpacks that I could use, a medium and a large, and I'll come in. I got a gas mask, a durable gas mask, and then I could select whatever one I wanted to. And it doesn't make it like it's still a, it's still part like works within the system. Like if you go in and you lose it, you're gonna lose it. So I don't know. It just seems kind of like be nice to like be able to take more than one, like take it and store it away for something, and maybe limit the number you could store. I don't know, it'd be something nice to do. Same with like kill streaks and stuff. I've heard even people say like, oh well, if you bought like you could buy what is it? Like it'd be nice if you could have like a little system, like the cash that you take out, you could buy gear before you go in. So if you exfil, maybe you weren't able to find a armor carrier, but you have enough like you brought out enough cash. Well, then you could turn around into their little shop and buy the items, And there's still the risk there. If you leave, if you go into a mission with the, you could still lose it. It's not like you would be, it wouldn't be overpowered. It's not like, I mean, I get it that there'd be like hoarding to some degree, but like if there was limits on how many of them you could store in your like in the bank, if you will, like plate carriers and stuff, like maybe you give it like a limit of 5. It would make it a little more like, oh, okay, I maybe I didn't get what I wanted, but now I can go back in with what I wanted. So I don't know. It'd just be a nice way to like make it so you didn't have to like continuously go back in with nothing. I don't want to lose my, like I feel like I'm gonna lose my the gun I got right now, but oh well, it is what it is.
Welcome to the DMZ. Exploring, looting, and securing intel will open access to missions and targets. Expect resistance from local forces and watch for other operators in the AO.
Marking contract. Area secure.
Copy that. Ultra One, Intel spotted a weapons case in your area. Location is marked on your TAC map. Be advised a heavily armored target appears to be guarding it. Ultra One, activity has increased in the area. Keep your eyes open. Ultra One, use your TAC map to locate contracts awarding cash. Hostile UAV in the area.
Got away! Check those corners!
Ultra One, Intel tracking the position of a high priority target. You have execute authority. Ultra One, the enemy attack helo is moving in your direction. Ultra One, this is actual target EKIA. Good work.
Mike, do you copy?
Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay sharp.
Moving here. Moving here.
1, be advised, winds are picking up. Move to an extraction point.
Ultra One, Dino Force inbound for extraction. We're 2 clicks out. Ultra One, we have visual on the LZ. Keep it clear. Dino Force holding at the extraction point. Advise you get here fast. All Ultras Oscar. Dino Force RTB. The enemy is on high alert. Proceed with caution.
Not bad. I mean, certainly wasn't what I was expecting, as far as be able to get in, get a nice backpack, then find a decent, nice weapon. I'm still not familiar enough with where the locations are of these places to go out and to use those keys to finish that mission. So that's kind of I guess the downside. I think I have a general idea where that was at, but I think it was actually in the other direction, towards the like the port area. I could be wrong, but yeah. I thought no, I didn't buy a kill streak. I might just have to do Al Mazrah because I feel like that's it. I need to learn the map. Let's see what I can unlock here. I don't know. So, like, it seems like, what's the point of like just to incentivize you to get your to buy the game, buy battle passes in order to use these things? Like, I guess seems silly though that like in order to have to use a free thing, you have to spend money to get that free thing, which makes it not free. But what do I know? All right, let's. I really do need to try it. Like, I mean, I need to learn the map, but I also want to get that mission done. It also seems like the mortar strikes they they don't seem to be as like available in the oh, where's that, where you can buy stuff like the buy boxes and stuff. It just seems like precision airstrikes and UAVs seem available. That's about it. Let's do Al Mazrah. Hopefully we have a better time than last one. I think some of the Ashika Island is all about like is slowing down, not rushing into gunfights, and just avoiding gunfights really, which kind of sucks because like you want to be able to just go in and like blast away, but survivability is pretty low if you got, since they didn't really tweak the AI that much.
Welcome to Al Mazrah. Ultra One, you can locate cash reward contracts on your TAC map. Ultra One, activity is increasing near your location. Stay alert. Be advised, enemy operators secured a weapons case. Locations are marked on your TAC map.
Mark an SMG!
شمال معقول؟ Enemy operators extracted a weapons case. Ultra One, be advised, enemy attack is heading your way.
That was fun. I knew like I should like I felt like at some point I knew I should have gotten off like sooner than later. Oh well. I'm gonna play some Resurgence, even though I don't like quads. I'll just play it. See how it goes.
Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the sky. Holding for deployment. Take this time to warm up. Dropping into the AO. Training is over. Time to see what you have learned. Battle Royale. Stay alive to keep your squad in the fight. Set a drop point for your squad, soldier. Enemy soldier incoming. Marking your dog tag. Move to resecure it. The enemy took that one, but we will be back to finish the job.
Taking fire! Planting mine!
I don't understand. I like immediately was put in with no other players, so that's fun. And I guess like I mean I would figure like they should have it to where I could respawn at least once. I don't know. Oh well, that's fun. I mean it didn't last long, but it's fun. If somebody says that's what she said, after that, fair play. Good for you. I mean, for me, that might be actually what she said. Didn't last long, but it was fun. How come it's not putting me in like a group? This is quads, isn't it? How come it's not putting me in as like a group? I don't understand. Oh, because I have squad fill? But why? Okay, I guess. Like, that makes sense if you're like in, like playing DMZ, but I suppose you could try to play solo.
Use this time to practice. We will be deploying soon. Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Dropped them!
RPG, take cover!
Preparation is done. Now you deploy to the war zone. Battle Royale. Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets to bring them back faster. Enemy dropping into the AO.
UAV active.
Assault rifle here. Moving here.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Taking effective fire! Throwing grenade!
Contact! Yahamal, don't shoot me! Requesting ordnance. Position mark.
Gas is moving.
Contact!
Redeploying.
Drone is down!
Head to the safe zone now. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
Moving here!
You have reinforcements inbound.
Dropping some armor.
Enemy movement spotted.
Moving here. Moving here.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Your squad mates back on station. Good work. Located your dog tag. Go get it back.
Something a decoy!
Don't let them.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Friendly airstrike on the way.
Only 25 left. Keep up the good work.
I need mid-cal rounds.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count. Enemy
Deploying
dropping
portable
into the
radar.
AO. Gas is closing in. Some of your team is still outside the safe zone.
Effective fire! I'm fading here.
Vámonos! Enemy marked. Enemy movement. I need mid-cal rounds.
You have reinforcements inbound. Resurgence has closed. No more second chances. Your squad mates back on station. Good work. Enemy soldier incoming.
Moving here. Marking enemy.
Took a round.
I'm hit!
You're losing ground.
I won't let you die here. Enemy sniper here.
10
Get
remain.
down.
Nearly done. Done. All enemy squads eliminated.
GG's. Well, for not even really doing anything, that was pretty good. I mean, that I forgot who it was, but that last person on my team, that was good. Good work on them. I don't. That when I first went over that, the first person I killed, I was like, at first I was like, is this one of my teammates? I thought is my teammates just hanging out here? And then I was like, I can't see their gamer tag. So I was like, oh, that's got to be I was like, then I just shot at him. I was like, well, maybe I'll see if this is somebody that's like the bad guy or whatever. And sure enough, I don't know what they were doing. Like, they were just kind of chilling. Maybe they're just waiting, kind of like a viper, waiting for the prey to walk by before they struck. But you got to be a little more camouflaged than that if you want to be a viper. Anyway. I think I'm going to call it. I mean, what a better way to win by not doing anything at all and allowing my teammates to carry me all the way to victory. That's a great way to end a stream, I think. So I think that's going to do it for me today. And also, I'm getting pretty hungry, so I'm going to call it for the evening. And I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If not, that's okay too. If you did, leave a like. And if you want to see more, subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. See you tomorrow. I'll be back at about 6 p.m. Central Time, so see you then. Bye-bye.